Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great day. Um, haven't been able to do a game ball video in a while. Cowboys not been good. Season has not been anything like what we wanted. And it was kind of crazy to me because in the midst of the game, doing the live stream, it's like people don't want you to be happy even for a minute. I'm getting emails from people, oh, it's just the Raiders, so calm down. I'm getting people, coming in. See, I realized something tonight is, you know, maybe there are some Cowboy fans say, "Oh man, we're gonna get together. We're gonna go on a run and go to the Super Bowl." But more times than not, it's actually the opposition because I'm sitting here reading the chat. Oh, you're going to the Super Bowl now, and it's kind of like, wow, the hate for the Dallas Cowboys is truly real. Now I get it. We beat the Jets, bad team. We beat the Commanders, bad team. We beat the Giants, bad team. We beat the Raiders, bad team. We've lost to good teams. We've lost to the Bears. We lost to the Panthers. That at the time when we lost to them, people were like, man, you lost to those guys, they suck. Well, they're actually pretty good. We did lose to the Eagles early on in the season. So I'm not going to pretend that we've done great things. I mean, the best game we had was actually against the Packers and getting them to a tie. So I get it. And I pointed out that when the season started, I didn't go through and say, we're going to the Super Bowl. That was definitely not me. That might have been some people. But I recognize that when Jason Garrett took over, it was because we were a failure. When Mike McCarthy took over, it was because Jason Garrett was a failure. And we had to start over. Those seasons didn't turn around and all of a sudden you were a great team. The first year of Mike McCarthy was a complete disaster. Dak Prescott was injured. Through it, it ended up being 6-10. But it was the beginning of figuring out who should be here, who shouldn't be here, and trying to tweak the coaching staff. In some regards, we didn't have the firepower. We didn't have the firepower this year to do what we needed to do. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But what you saw tonight, again, it was just against the Raiders, and I'm not trying to fool you to think that this team is ready to go to a Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. What I said that I want to see and use, because people will say your season's over. Your season's not over. I look at this as every week as a playoff game. You win, you keep your hopes alive. You lose, you drop back. Had we lost tonight, we'd have a 2% chance of making the playoffs. As it is, it climbed up 2% more than it was last week to 6. Do I think we're going to make the playoffs? Honestly, no. But stranger things have happened. But what I want to see is, I want to see this team reevaluate itself and its personnel and use this as practice for next year. If you happen to make the playoffs, then that's icing on the cake in my mind. I saw, from what I saw against the Cardinals, which last night didn't look too good against San Francisco, that looked like world beaters when they played us. I at least saw the Cowboys on the road, as opposed to being at home against the Cardinals. On the road, their defense was night and day different. That they were playing like a defense, not 11 guys. They were playing like a defense. They were getting pressure up the middle. My God. The rotation of the linebackers. Hell, Kenneth Murray even looked like a credible linebacker in some place tonight. Now again, I get it. It's the Raiders. But understand, Quentin Williams Logan Wilson, they got their first practices last Wednesday with the team. They just got here. They don't know people's names yet. And I look forward to them getting better each week. And hopefully the Cowboys, they look at it, they figure out, is Matt Eberflus the guy? If I give him talent, can he do something with this defense? Again, Geno is one of the worst quarterbacks this year in the NFL. I think he leads the league in interceptions. Genty, although his pedigree is really good, he's not been having a great season on a bad team. So that's where I say tamp your expectations. We're going against the world champions of shit talking, trash talking, and arrogance this week. Let's see what we do with them before you get too excited about what happened today. Let's see if we've grown from that week 1 loss. So looking at tonight, game balls, okay? There's so many that just need to go around, and some people are, no matter what you do, people are going to complain. They say, game balls, you only give out one. Yeah, that's probably true, but maybe it shouldn't be called game balls as much as recognizing good plays and good games from people, okay? I have to say to the Dallas Cowboys organization for the way that they honored their teammate and made him part of the team and the game with his jersey in the locker, the honoring before the game. Shout out to the Raiders for doing that and making his presence felt as well as his memory. Maybe that's going to be a driving force for the team. I don't know. But it was definitely emotional for them. And it's not easy when you lose a loved one. It takes a lot of time to, I don't know that you ever get over. Like Schottenheimer said, you don't move on. Or no, I can't remember how it goes. You don't forget. You don't move on. I'm sorry. My brain is not where it used to be. But the quote from Schottenheimer is very, very strong. I wish I could remember it right now. But Dak Prescott. Dak up to 21 TDs on the season, 6 interceptions, joining Danny White and Roger Staubach as the only quarterbacks in the Cowboys history to throw 4 TDs on Monday Night Football. The game started off rough. Dak Prescott had a fumble. The trolls, this is what's amazing is looking at the live stream. When Dak fumbled, boom, I had the numbers go through the roof. Cowboys start getting back in shape. They start scoring. George Pickens starts doing, and then the numbers go down. People just love to see misery. And that's sad. But Dak, bro, you got to get a football. Your running game, Javonte Williams, I believe he had 93 yards, 4.2 yards per average, had a good game. When you have a running game going, it makes the quarterback's job easier. It does. And I'm not going to try and shit you and say that was all Dak Prescott, because it wasn't. For the most part, he had great protection. The offensive line did really good tonight. And that makes a difference for the quarterback to be able to have time to survey the field. The offensive line. You've got now Big Nate is auditioning for basically the right tackle spot. Tyler Guyton, he had the flop of the year trying to draw a penalty. But all in all, although I will say Tyler Booker though, bro, don't the cheap shot, man. It's 15 yards. You can't do that stuff, man. You can't do it. You got to be wiser. Knock the crap out of him when the whistle blows, not after. But the offensive line, when the offensive line is playing good and the running backs are getting yards, it's a lot easier for the quarterback. George freaking Pickens. George Pickens is over 900 yards on the season, 7 TDs, and like 15.6 yards per reception. Not only is he catching, the way he moves, it's almost like he's got no bones, and he's just kind of like doing some Matrix shit. In fact, maybe that's what we should call George Matrix Pickens or something. But the way he's just kind of, it's just kind of like, when they're shooting at Neo and he does the whole, it's like George Pickens. The yards after catch are unbelievable. And if the Cowboys do not sign him, bro, that might be the one thing that may make me not watch Cowboys football anymore. That might be the one thing, because he is a real dog. Now, he likes to have fun. He's a little childish. The whole hitting the, sliding down the goalpost and getting 15 yards. The NFL really needs to kind of pump the brakes some of this on the celebrations. They're getting to be too ridiculous on some of these calls. But George Pickens is a real deal. It turns out George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb went out past curfew last night. And that's the reason why they weren't starting the game. George Pickens didn't seem like it bothered him much. CeeDee Lamb kind of looked like somebody stole something from him. Like a little kid, somebody stole something. It looked like it really bothered CD. But George Pickens came out and boom, he was playing gangbusters. CeeDee Lamb had a good game, although Dak would have had 5 TDs had he not dropped that touchdown right there on the 1 yard line. Wide open. But still, that's a deadly combination. And you can look at this and say, the Cowboys, forget the triplets. We got the quadlets. Quadlets? The quad. Javonte Williams, CD, George Pickens, and Dak. That's a hell of a combination. Shout out to Ryan Fenoy getting a touchdown catch. Shout out to Ferguson. He didn't have a lot of catches. He had 4, but they were crucial for first down. The offense is good. I bet the Eagles wish they could say that about theirs. The defense, the pressure that we got up the middle, it was Quentin Williams with a sack and a half, making his presence felt in the first game. Osa Ndigazua, he's getting a sack. Kenny Clark's getting a half a sack. Justin Houston's getting a sack. It's literally, I can't wait to see tomorrow morning Brian Schottenheimer in the locker room as he's going down the list of all these things, because usually it's pretty much offense stuff, not too much on the defense. But the defense, bro, they came to play. And it was great to see Savon Rebel out there. I can't remember all the plays, and we did get an interception in there. But Savon Rebel showed up, made some hits and things in there, made some tackles, did good for his very first game. First time he's hit anybody since last September. Coming back from the ACL. Overshown. Looking at Overshown, I'm happy that he's back on the field, but it scares me because the Cowboys have a tendency to play players too soon from injury. And he's out there, he's making plays, you can see he knows what he's supposed to do, but I see him out there hesitating, and he doesn't seem to have the speed that he had before. And I worry that they're bringing him back too soon. But the fact that he's out there, battling with his brothers is a beautiful thing. And Logan Wilson making his presence felt. The funny thing is tonight, Kenneth Murray played better than he's played before with the Cowboys. I'm going to say this might be his best game, although he should have had a sack early on in the game there after the turnover, because he had him dead to rights and he let him get away. But even his play stepped up. So all in all, this was a good team win. And again, They're not going to want you to enjoy it. They're going to tell you that it was just all you can do is beat loser teams and everything else. But you know what? At this point, the Dallas Cowboys needed a win, probably more than anybody else, beyond trying to keep playoff hopes alive. They needed this because of Marshawn Miller. So tomorrow, we'll be inundated with Eagle fans because they'll be smelling blood in the water and we want Dallas and everything else. I'm going to let them have their fun. There's no trash for me to talk. I mean, hey, we're just lucky to be able to, play against a team like you. At least people will watch us because we're playing you guys, So I'm going to be humble and we'll see what happens. As always, good people, remember to tell the people you love how much you love them, because life is too damn short and you need to enjoy as much of it as you can, and you need for your people to know you love them. And I love you guys. Peace out.